Works well. Just plug in cables and internet access expands. However, I noticed that this switch does not like the house's Cat6 cable while the Cat5e ones worked great. Could be just that one cable at fault, but it was a letdown. I bought 2 of these units after they were recommended by my son who is in information technology. I'm on a Comcast cable modem that was supposed to give me 150 megabits per second and my old Ethernet switch was slowing it down to 75 megabits per second. I hooked up the first unit and ran a speed test. To my surprise I got 174. 4 megabits per second. For the price this has to be the best high-speed Ethernet switch out there. A Gigabit switch is a Gigabit switch is a Gigabit switch. Great build quality on the metal housing and does not get hot. Not layer 3 so any regular user can buy this to add more ports and have it simply work. Update. After a little more than a year, this has been reliable and fast. It is supporting a PS4, Roku 3 and Samsung SmartThings system, all running through this switch. It is installed inside a vented Livid and structured media center along with the Aris modem, Comcast, and the Vonage phone modem. Runs cool, no issues. Straightforward design and packaging. Out of the box 2 up and running was minutes. I replaced a 10/100ths 8-port switch. I have Cat6 cabling in my home with high-quality Leviton connectors and patch cords. This little switch provided marked performance improvements on internal connections, networked printer, as well as internet, lower ping. Getting 100 plus Mbps on Xfinity Boost now. Was topping out at 60 with the 10/100ths switch. We have a ton of electronics in the house. A ton. The router that handles the Wi-Fi enough only has 4 ports for wired network, and that just wasn't enough for us. We could have bought a fancy 12-port Wi-Fi router and gone ahead and spent $500 to do it. Or, spend closer to $250, and buy a nice simple unmanaged switch like this to expand our wired capacity. It is dead simple. You connect one port on the router, to one port on this switch. You go from having 4 ports, to 10, 4 on the router, plus 8 on this switch minus 1 plus 1 for them connecting together. Since my husband has 4 cable devices on his desk alone, this made the most sense. Now my computer is wired in, and the game consoles, and some of the cameras too. The nursery camera has way less lag now. As for the speeds, it is a gigabit switch. Device to device it runs at 1000 mbps, and we have had no trouble running all devices on it at capacity. Even with extensive UHD streaming and large network backups going on, there is no stutter or lag with this switch. It's in a metal housing, and can be wall mounted, or mounted under a shelf. You can also use the included stick-on rubber feet if you want. It's a nice little unobtrusive switch that is completely plug and play. Your router still does all of the routing, and assigning of IP addressing. This just gives it more ports. Click link in description for more reviews.